Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Welcome to BANTER 66.
So Banter 66 is a podcast about anything other than Star Wars.
Yep,
Even
we're
though
gonna
even though the name is an allusion to Order 66, right? Who came up with that shit?
I don't know.
So we're gonna talk about Harry Potter. We're gonna talk about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk
Warhammer.
about Warhammer. We're gonna talk about Warcraft.
Fortnite.
But today's a special episode, so we're gonna talk about Star Wars.
Yeah, just for today.
Just for today.
Just for today.
Definitely just for
Yeah.
today. So we have I'm Stan. This is Jerry, and we have a special guest
This
today.
is Dan.
I'm Dan.
He's our resident Rebels expert.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go expert.
Well,
Yeah.
he's definitely
I guess you could say
experter
I'm the
than us.
resident non-expert.
Oh.
You
Well,
can
he
say that. You can say that.
he knows more Rebels than us, so
Yeah. Literally?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
so
I guess.
yep, definitely counts.
Yeah. So this episode we're gonna talk about the clones.
You know what? Before we get started, I wanna
Yeah. Oh.
I wanna break out my friends that I brought with me.
Right.
They don't have anything to do with rebels or clones.
Oh, I see something. I see something.
But
There's just
break this guy out
It's that guy.
first. We got Grogu here,
It's that guy.
and then I
Hey, little
got
guy.
this guy.
It's mini you.
You know what? It's funny you should say that. This is the only reason I brought him is because my youngest daughter,
Yeah.
who
We were
is
talking about
a
that.
year and a half,
Yeah.
she saw this in the bag.
Yeah.
And when she saw it, she said, Daddy?
Yeah.
And I never thought there was any kind of resemblance at all.
Really.
But
It's kind of obvious, Dan.
apparently there is.
when Jerry was talking about you bringing you in the show, he actually showed me that cosplay picture that you did. The old
Ezra?
Old Ezra, yeah, and I
Old
was
Ezra.
like, he looks like Baze from
From Rogue One.
from Rogue
Rogue
One.
One.
And funny that you brought that here because
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
a major
Look at the
major
resemblance.
coincidence.
Just look at that. They look alike.
Surprise! He's actually Baze for
Yeah.
in Rogue One. We got
Yeah.
him here, guys.
Yeah, only here
Only here.
on the Harry Potter show.
So clones.
Yeah, the clones. Who are the clones, Dan?
The clones are the military force that the Republic used during the war between the Galactic Republic
Yeah.
and the Separatists.
Oh, okay. So this was. Is that why it was called the Clone Wars?
That's exactly why it was called the Clone Wars.
Really? I didn't know that. I thought it was just like just
So-
a fancy name. Who made the clones?
The clones were made by the Caminoans, headed by their lead scientist, Nalasay. They were ordered by to be produced by a supposedly
Yeah.
a Jedi master by the name of Sifo Dyas,
Oh.
but through the events of Episode 2,
Yeah.
it was found out that it was actually Darth Sidious's doing
Okay.
all along. So the clones come from a template, of course,
Yeah.
and the person chosen was a certain Jango Fett.
Yeah.
He was a prolific bounty hunter.
He was the best at this time, right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't know that for sure.
Yeah. Or else we'd have clones that look like Cad Bane.
Okay. Well, that's a good choice. Cat
yeah.
Banes
Yeah.
are very good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a bit.
Yep. Yeah.
You just let's
Yeah.
cancel the prequels again.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's a good point.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's the clones.
So basically, they were made to be basically the army, right?
the army. They were
For the Republic.
For the Republic, it was the response by the Republic against the
The
droids,
droids.
the Separatists.
Yeah.
Even though those guys were kind of,
Still,
But they had the numbers, so
Oh yeah,
So-
definitely.
they had to come up with a military force somehow.
So we talked about Jango Fett.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have any relation to a certain Boba?
Oh yes, most definitely. I've been talking to. Do you want to add something here, Dan?
Well, no, I'm learning as we go along because I was going to ask about Boba also. If we're going to talk about
Okay.
Jango, we have to talk about Boba
All right.
and how did he come into the picture at all?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, that's a good question. Django, Boba. I mean, Boba is actually the
Those tea things, those little
those things that you put in your
Milk tea,
milk tea. Those are pretty good.
Boba.
Yeah, Boba. But in Star Wars, Boba is a person, and he is actually a clone of Jango Fett
What?
that wasn't subject to. Can you pretend better?
Oh, okay.
Is he really a clone?
He really was a clone of Jango Fett, but he wasn't subjected to the accelerated aging that the other clones had. So it came out as if he was a child of Jango, when in
Okay.
fact he was a clone.
He was a clone of.
But
and then how does he become a Mandalorian?
was he?
That's subject to debate. A lot
Yeah,
of people
But
say
he said himself.
he did.
So that makes it canon. He said it.
Debatable.
But he said it.
He did say it
Unless he was misinformed
by
by-
Jango.
Yeah.
or
Jango
someone.
could have been lying.
Like
about-
Django wasn't a Mandalorian.
Maybe, bro.
He just had the armor.
Yeah, he could have just had it.
Yeah.
But I think I'm not sure if the comics delved into it.
Yeah.
If the comics that delved into it was canon or not.
Yeah.
I'm not
Did
too
you-
Comment down
well
below.
informed. I'm
Did
not
you
too-
ever notice
well
how young Boba looks very similar to Omega?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Just different color hair.
yeah, and,
And,
different genitalia.
Yes. that we know.
I would assume.
You've seen their genitalia, Jerry?
Rule 34 stand.
Oh no, that's the last thing I would search for. Omega Rule 30. What's wrong with you?
Nothing. It's the internet's fault.
All right.
You know Rule 34?
No, I don't know.
Don't look it up.
Don't look it up.
Yeah.
Don't look it up. Now he's gotta look it up.
That's no
Exactly.
fun.
That's
Yeah.
That's the opposite.
Or anyway, so Omega is another character that's been introduced recently. She's another clone.
She is indeed another clone. Do you want to explain this, Dan?
That she's another clone from Bad Batch, the new series on Disney Plus, and that's basically all I know is from what we've seen on the
far.
series that she was developed at the labs on Caminoa right before I guess the Empire destroyed it.
Yeah.
And now the Bad Batch has taken her and taking care of her now.
Yeah. She's called Omega, right? Because she was the last.
That makes
I think
sense.
that's the implication.
Yeah.
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 She was
And
the last.
Boba was supposed to be Alpha.
I'm not certain on that one.
Well, wouldn't Jango be Alpha?
Among the clones.
Among the clones.
Yeah.
Among the clones.
Among the clones, Boba would be Alpha.
Boba would be Alpha. Yeah. Because
Oh, because Jango
Jango's
is not.
Yeah,
he's
not a clone.
actual
He's an
Yeah.
actual.
person.
a person, a Mandalorian. Debate. Comment your.
I actually saw those comics. I'm not sure if they're still canon,
Yeah.
but he was a foundling apparently.
Jango?
Jango was a foundling.
Wasn't it? I think they explained it in The Mandalorian.
He did.
Remember with the whole thing?
Yeah.
When Boba showed the lineage
Din,
thing.
yeah, and he was like,
Yeah, but
I am
those
my
things,
father's name.
those things can be like
hacked.
But Filoni. Filoni.
Pero if the comics that I saw, that I know of,
Yeah.
was canon, then Django might be a real Mandalorian.
Oh, okay. So Boba isn't. Because apparently Mandalorians the Mandalorian isn't a race.
It's a creed.
It's a creed
But if I don't know how it works. Does it?
anymore. I really don't know how it works anymore.
Well, I guess it kind of depends on how you were brought up. And
Yeah.
you can say if Jango is a Mandalorian and then he dies.
Yeah.
Boba is still very young.
Mm-hmm.
Who raised Boba? Other Mandalorians?
I think we're gonna find out. in
Wasn't
the Bad
that
Batch.
covered in Rebels? He was with.
Oh, he was in
He was
Rebels.
with a crew in Rebels.
Yeah, he was in Rebels.
He did? Boba did?
Yeah.
Boba was in Rebels.
Teen Boba.
Yeah, he was
Don't
he was
remember
very
that.
young.
Why do I not remember that?
Like
I remember. I think he stole the Falcon.
Yeah.
Even. He stole the Falcon,
Falcon.
the Millennium Falcon, or did he have it?
I think he had it.
He had it, right?
Wow, did I miss an entire
This was before.
season?
Was this the part where they met Cad Bane?
I don't know.
With
I don't
Boba?
remember. But this was mostly. I'm very hazy with Rebels.
Yeah.
Where this was like. This was mostly
We can
in
look it up.
space. This happened mostly in space from the mental image that I have.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
We can look it up.
But yeah, maybe it was never really told explicitly what happened to Boba after the events of Episode 2, the Attack of the Clones.
So we're just gonna have to find out with what happens.
Maybe they'll get into it
I
eventually.
mean, he obviously emulated his father.
yeah,
You know, he takes on the persona of a Mandalorian,
yeah,
and then growing up, understanding what it is to
To be-
become or to be a
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, he's not gonna just make it up. He's gonna actually go through the motions,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I would think, especially as a young boy, growing up wanting to be like daddy, basically.
Yeah.
And then
He was
getting
there
into
when
yeah.
Jango got beheaded.
yeah.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
gonna want to follow in his footsteps and be a real Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
And even though he's a clone, he may not even have known that he was a clone.
Does he know? Did he ever mention that?
I don't think so.
Because I think he referred to Jango as his father.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah.
he ever mentions it, but at the same time, if you look at the timeline, and then you start noticing other people that look like daddy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be pretty easy to figure out.
To be fucked up.
Yeah, these are clones. These aren't daddy.
Yeah.
These are clones.
Yeah.
Am I?
Am I a clone?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't be. I'm a
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but even the Mandalorians, as they're moving on through the timeline, everybody knows at that point what that all of the clones look like Jango.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely.
So even the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to think that this was kept from him, even at that early age. He's going to grow up and he's going to realize it, just like everybody else realizes it.
Yeah.
It might be part of why he's a little bit, kind of got that attitude,
Yeah.
and he likes to, he likes the violence
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Even though he seems a little tame now in the book
yeah.
of Boba.
Yeah.
He's very thin.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But especially, when he had to get sort of retrained by
With the
what are those people called?
The
Tusken
Tusken
Raiders.
Yeah, the Tusken Raiders. Because he was getting his ass beat.
It was. He's old.
That's true
Like,
too.
he
spent a lot of time in the Sarlacc.
In the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, Sarlacc pit.
But of course, he gains their respect, and then he becomes one of them.
Earns a gaffy stick.
Yeah.
Can you
So-
do a Tusken sound then?
No, I can't
And,
make
and and this is probably similar to something that he might have gone through before to become a Mandalorian. If there is such a
Like a
rite of passage.
Yeah.
I imagine there is. We just haven't seen it yet.
We saw the baptism of a Mandalorian the last episode.
Oh yeah, when
Yeah.
he was putting
Like,
on,
yeah.
which I thought, I'm sure a lot of people thought in the beginning, this is how Din Djarin started.
Yeah. As a
His
founding.
backstory
Yeah. That
ends
wasn't-
up it's not.
It's not. Yeah.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool actually. The way that did it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you would think that, but it also was just a continuity of the direct timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not too far off to assume that that could also have informed how Mando was baptized during his time. So that was
Yes.
looking back, but not looking back.
Yes, exactly.
So it was that was excellent writing.
This
So,
is
yeah.
what do you call them, the ones who actually follow strict Mandalorian
The Watch.
the watch.
Yeah, Children of the Watch.
Children of the Watch.
Children of the Watch.
So this is how they did it.
That's how they did.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you would think that, I mean, it just showed it right there.
Yeah.
It was a little boy.
Yeah.
And there were other
Other
little kids
yeah,
there
there
too. So it's perfectly realistic to see the same thing happen to Boba Fett when at that young age.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Taken in, and then we're gonna show you the way
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all of that. And he's got a chip on his shoulder,
Yeah.
and the kind of chip that at some point he's probably gonna go, these are religious fanatics.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I want to associate
Yeah.
with them anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on my own and become a bounty hunter like my daddy was.
Dad.
before me.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Go into the family business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Made a name for himself too.
Yeah.
During his timeline.
During his time.
So I think even if Boba didn't really go through those rights per se, I think he's earned that title as Mandalorian regardless.
Yeah.
Maybe not immediately, or like maybe through time.
Yeah.
Yeah, over time, but you have to remember, he's a little boy
Yeah.
when Daddy got killed.
Probably around 9, 10.
Yeah,
He was
same
tiny.
age as Omega is now. And so he's watching all of this stuff happen. The Clone Wars and all of that kind of stuff. He's witness to this. So, and then at the same time, Mandalore is getting all broken up,
Yeah.
and the Children of the Watch are doing their
their own
thing.
stuff, yeah.
And then Bo-Katan even said, your cult
Yeah.
fractured up
Yeah.
Mandalore.
Yeah.
So all of that was going on as Boba was a little boy.
Yeah.
Um,
Speaking of Bo-Katan, that was a real good scene. Like
the throne.
Yeah, it was
The
like
throne?
a.
I felt
like
sorry for her.
Like it's a good juxtaposition between the Watch, the Children of the Watch, who have gained more followers,
Oh,
versus
yeah.
Bo-Katan
Yeah.
being alone in the
who's
throne
got
room.
nobody. I felt sorry
It's
for
supposed to be the other way around.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt like she was just pissed off because she didn't have the sword.
Yeah.
Call what, Black Saber?
The dark
Dark
saber.
saber.
Dark Saber.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bo-Katan was like, and she knew that it was such a stupid, petty thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just at the end of the day, it's just a laser sword.
That's a laser sword.
I mean,
just a laser
sure, there's
sword.
a significance in all
Oh,
that.
definitely. I'm
And
not-
I mean, you had it.
Yeah.
You what happened?
How'd you
Yeah.
lose it? How'd you lose
How'd
it?
you
How'd
lose
Moff
it?
Gideon get it?
Yeah,
But
so-
also, if she follows the creed closely, she also didn't earn it.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
handed
it was-
to
yeah.
her.
It was handed to her by
uh,
Sabine.
Yeah.
Sabine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget how Sabine got it.
She got it from Maul, I think.
Maul after
From Darth Maul, that's right.
he defeated
During was it the siege?
That was with what's his name? The Vizsla.
Which Vizsla?
Not the new
Tor
Vizsla.
Tor Vizsla? Oh, what was his name?
The original one. Not Paz Vizsla.
Pre Vizsla?
Really?
I think that's it. That's him.
Comment down below.
Pre Vizsla. But Maul had it, diba?
Maul had it.
Maul had it.
He won it.
He won it.
Yeah.
He won it.
Yeah.
Sabine won it.
Yeah.
And then she
And
just
then
gave
she
it.
Gave it.
didn't. She wanted to stay with Ghost.
Yeah.
The Ghost crew.
Yeah.
And that probably pissed off a lot of Mandalorians right there. And why are you giving it to her?
Yeah.
You didn't win it. She
Yeah.
didn't win it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean anything. And then there's Din Djarin, who did win it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rightfully his.
Yeah.
And if he does, reunites Mandalore,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's my
The-
question.
the story behind that, him winning it and then him going to Bo-Katan and then gathering up all the Mandalorians together.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite the story right there if you think about it. Anyway, we're getting off of.
Really off.
We're
really off. So speaking of, okay, going back.
Going back.
We already talked about two clones. So
Alpha and Omega.
Alpha and Omega. So
Alpha and
who
Omega.
are the other 2 million on the way?
Well, the best clone.
We could clone or clones.
Clone.
You mean Omega?
No.
Yeah. As far as the best,
Yeah.
I mean,
And we can talk.
my favorite,
Okay.
my personal favorite is Omega.
Oh, really?
As a clone. But if you want to talk about what I see as probably the most popular clone, would be a toss-up between Rex and Cody. Is who I would see would be the most popular anyway, or maybe perhaps well known. And then, well, there's Boba Fett too. We already talked about Boba
Yeah.
Fett.
So, yeah.
But I don't know. Do people look at Boba Fett as a clone or as a
That's the
Mandalorian?
thing. That's the thing.
The doctor is in.
Hi, charot, awkward kayo. Why do I feel like I'm being investigated? Hello,
Detective
guys.
Conan.
Oh,
Gulis
Detective
chat.
Conan, ko guys.
What are you doing here? Why do you want to explain Star Wars?
As an expert in the subject matter, I just feel like it's about time I come out from the closet. Charot. As a nerd, I think I have to prove nga tanang ga glasses bright. Yes.
Ikaw, Ruby, why do you feel the need to explain Star Wars to all these nerds here?
Yeah, it is really kuan kanang essential no nga mo explain na to ang kanang Star Wars because naay mga butang nga wala jud sila nakahibaw gyud nga.
Tinuod.
Oo, and they did not know nga there are lots of versions.
Oh,
That's
yes.
a Star Wars. Yes.
We will.
They did not even know that there is a Star Wars and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh yeah, tinuod yun
Yeah.
na. And the
They
Goblet
did
of
not know
Fire.
about it.
Tinuod yun na siya.
Yes.
Makabalo mo
Na.
ron. Makabalo jud mo ron.
Makalbalo jud mo ron.
Makita
So-
ang katag.
They're here to teach you, yes.
Yes.
Okay, do you want to ask us?
I think we're ready.
Yes, are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Yes. Please test us.
Are they ready?
Charot.
Kato
ready na mo?
Kato mo nagkuha na mo dito, nagsitom dito.
Sa sinulog.
Kailan mo ipa-explain sa akin sa
Di ba?
Correct.
Sa sinulog ba ni siya?
Oo.
Sige, can you explain who those are?
Ah,
Left to right.
left to right no. So
So
dito
yan,
lang left. Tara day. Kabalo.
left.
Oo.
Stage left, stage right.
Your left.
Baka left dre.
Your
Oh.
left.
Oo.
Continue, Dai. Please elaborate
Ha?
or please enlighten us. Who is this?
Kung ano siya si Captain America ang kaputi. Oo.
Avengers ba ni siya, Dai? Di ba Avengers ba ni siya?
Avengers. Oh, mura bitaw siya sa Avengers gani. Loe kay siya no. Kani siya gika sa zombie tsunami ni siya nga kuan sa Star Wars. Bitaw wala mo kita ano sa Star Wars. Bagag na nagdala pag popsicle stick. So mo na uwi.
Cheetos mong gula day.
Ama ba?
Kani siya mo ni katong sa ano.
Si Dumbledore nga costume, naka-costume. Kato ni travel siya ba kay mo yung Star Wars kay mo travel sila ka speed of light man.
Protected siya.
Oo. Pero hindi siya makita.
Cute kay magic wand niya.
Correct.
Kani siya mo si Victor Neri.
Ako ning ex. Oo.
Ako ni pwede ka driver sa una.
And then we broke up kay taas na siya yung Pepsicle stick. Sakit kayong taas manggun.
Cute na siya dyan.
Correct. Imagine na.
Cute ilang grupo.
Uy.
Nagkanang kaitong.
Oo, nga costume. Taas na kay siya wand actually.
Na medyo sakit-sakit po na siya dyan.
Sakit-sakit pa siya. Di, wand ba na siya or kanang thermometer?
Katong panahon kaga-doktor siya
Oh,
dyan.
correct. Kay kuan sa mga spacecraft. Kuan magudwa sila kay bawo nga ang Harry Potter o ang kaning Star Wars combination na maguna sila. Mo siya mo kuan.
Di ba? Written by, kasi ito yung author aning Star Wars o Harry Potter?
Si kuan kasi ito day?
Si J.K.
Rowlands? Correct.
J.K. Rowlands.
J.K. Rowlands.
Rowlands in the river.
Yes. Si George in Azkaban.
Yes, but anyway, I think we've explained ourselves.
I think mo na siya sakto ba tawag mo explain ninyo?
Yes.
Urag okay ra no. Ayaw kog smiley doc ba?
Sas bitaw medyo discouraged ko.
Oo.
Charot.
Si Doc murag dili na mo kuan murag banta jud kung bayot kay patumbat.
Medyo magic siya na
Dagan na ba jud kayo mga kuan checkpoint diri sa Negros karon.
Medyo bayot.
Correct.
Ito ka ba sa SUMC trip?
Oo.
We're ready, Doc.
Ready na mi Doc, sorry kayo Doc.
Sige, for your question.
We'll start with something very basic.
Basic.
What is the Force?
Hala.
I think di ba mo nagkatong ka
Ha?
Albert Einstein?
Muscle control mo ng force bayot. Muscle control na siya para dili sakit.
Ano siya nga for?
Oo. So para walay kuan kayo if ika na murag forced kayo na kay forced
Dapat
kayo.
relaxer ka, di ba?
Dapat relax ra pero if forced kayo in ana sakit siya. So dapat ay mo jung ibuka mo ra mo nag-flower.
Ang masuggest ako is proper breathing, Rajud.
Oo.
No,
Ana.
lube,
Pero nganong appeal ang force sa Star Wars? Are they like forced army?
I
Ansa
think
man?
a force is like power, I think.
Magic.
Sama mo si...
Sa power.
Encantadja, Rajud.
Kanang armed forces of the Star Warnisa. Of the
Armed Forces of the
Lami
Philippines.
actually ganahan interesado na gay ko sa Star. Correct. Armed Forces of the Star.
Galaxy.
Ana. Dagan makayong
The Galaxy.
Oo. Lami na sila dito nga kuan version bisag mga PNP di na ang gikuha ang mga kuan mga inspiration.
Yeah,
mga PNP, mga NBI wa ni mga kwenta nga ano mag-kuan di ba?
I think we've answered the question.
Oo. Sakto ba do kapag forced gani dili pwede kay sakit. So, dapat relax
jog
ra.
ka, diba?
Kay malak man na siya sa lisod kay ibton
Malak
another
jog
disease
ka.
na another kuan na po.
Forced
Diba?
out na po na siya.
Correct.
Very good.
Lami kay veneer si do.
You're welcome.
Follow-up question. Okay, follow-up question.
Mutag pa.
Yes, tay.
How is the force?
Nahaw na dahil.
Force Within by Christina Aguilera.
How is the force strength quantified?
Again.
Na formula dyan.
I beg your pardon.
Let's break it down.
Yeah.
To
How is the force strength quantified?
Sige go.
define quantified.
It is quality versus quantity.
I feel it. Depende pa sa ibang mood.
Ikaw may trainer na to, bayot? Oo.
If ganahan kang ihapon siya by hands,
Oo,
pwede hapon siya
quantify.
may hap. But if ganahan kang mathematical equation, depende na nimo. I think
Kaya kung Star Wars, physics man dahil ni, no?
It's unique.
Murag lahi man din ng kuan.
No.
Kanigi pang sabutahe, tanay lang duha, oh. You
Pero
know?
jud ako, jud nagitipingan jud din nila.
Correct. Nagkuan ko. Go.
Based on my learnings jud no of the Star Wars lore. Charat! The lore. Check ha.
The lore is with you.
Dolores Umbridge. I just feel like, wala dyan to siya pa yung kamasulti. Ikaw, what can you say?
Ang ako ang masulti kay kanang magtarong-tarong sa mga question. Oy, kanang Star Wars ni or kanang managklase na lang jud daaning ko andring
Ako ko
dapita.
rin,
Pero binuang rabitaw para gid nako kay asa balik ito yung how is
Quantify.
quantified by the usage of formula.
Sa formula.
Kuan kanang
X
X
plus Y
equals MC squared.
equals MC squared.
MC squared. And the WXYZ.
Length versus width versus height.
Correct.
Equals
Syntax error.
I feel
Syntax. Correct.
Right?
Lami
Charot.
kini nga ko.
article. Yeah, let's move on.
Sa tinuray lang na pressure ko silang mga pangutana.
All right, so we talked about. You started it.
I was talking about Cody and Regs.
Yeah.
As probably what I see anyway as the most popular
Clones.
clones.
Yeah.
And then
They started off in the Clone Wars, right? That was their first
Rex.
introduction.
Oh yeah, Cody.
Cody and Rex.
Yeah.
Because I think. Oh no.
Cody
got introduced.
Cody was
in
in Revenge of the Sith. In live action, he was
Yeah.
there.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
So Revenge of the Sith happened before, or was released before.
Was released
the Clone Wars.
before the Clone Wars.
Okay. Yeah. So Cody was with
Cody was Obi-Wan's
general. Obi-Wan's commander.
clone commander.
Yeah. So he was
And then
he's
to,
the guy he's the guy in orange. Yeah.
To qualify myself, or if not disqualify myself,
Yeah.
when it comes to the Clone Wars, I've only watched the very last season
And why are you here?
because you invited me. Dude, that's why I'm identifying as a non-expert.
He's Baze.
Oh yeah. You are an expert.
He's Baze.
Yeah. Yeah. He's base. Where's Ip Man?
He's dead.
He's
Oops. Spoiler. My favorite Star Wars movie it happens to be Rogue One.
Oh, that's universal.
Is it really?
It is.
I did not want to watch that movie when it came out.
Really.
I refused.
Really?
My son was saying, "No, you got to watch it. It's pretty good."
Yeah.
I ended up watching it with my youngest daughter at the time.
Yeah.
At the theater, and when it was over, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
She goes, "That was good, wasn't it?" I said, "I think that's my favorite one."
Yeah. Did it give you hope?
It connects to. We get it, Jer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's 3/10.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they say your very first few videos are, very cringy. So
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah. Anyway, going back to Cody.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said, they're what I see as the most popular, or well known anyway
Yeah.
amongst all of the clones.
Yeah, because Cody was with Obi-Wan,
Obi-Wan.
and Rex was with Anakin,
It was Anakin's clone commander.
Yeah.
Yes. Clone captain.
Captain. Yeah, in the 501st.
The 501st.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
I think
I would agree that it's
Yeah.
a toss up between Cody and Rex.
Yeah, because they're probably the most featured ones.
Yes.
They are the most featured ones. They have
Yeah.
a very characteristic color palette.
Yeah.
It's simple to. It's easy to remember. It's
Yeah.
yellow. It's yellow.
Yeah.
His yellow is blue.
Yeah, because
And-
you think if you think about it, they all look alike.
I
Not
mean-
being racist.
Might be a little
not being racist.
but yeah, they're clones. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
literally
clones, but yeah, but somehow they made these characters that were supposed to be generic,
Yeah,
the opposite of
Oh, yeah.
generic.
like pretty much with personality. And,
Yeah, and that's a testament to the writing ability of
Yeah.
the showrunner.
Yeah, Filoni.
Filoni did the Clone Wars. So,
Yeah,
so
George, learn some.
stop
George.
hunting George.
Take some notes from Dave.
So
Well, I think that torch has been passed already, so
Oh yeah,
doesn't need
Well,
to be
he-
done.
he's done with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Stop hating there.
What?
I know.
So yeah, for me personally, I would Rex would be my favorite clone.
Oh yeah, me too.
Rex.
Definitely Rex.
I thought you said Omega was your favorite.
No, you said.
You said
Oh,
Omega
okay.
was your favorite.
Yeah.
I thought you were.
I
agreeing
just, I
with
just
me.
like looking up Rule 34 Omega.
Oh, okay.
Please don't do that.
And then you can't discount the Bad Batch. I mean, there's a whole series about the Bad Batch.
Oh, my favorite Bad Batch member would be Tick.
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 Yeah. Why? Because he's smart. He's a nerd.
He's useful. He's actually useful.
Actually, what I think about when I think about the Bad Batch, I don't think they'd survive
Without Tech,
half of their missions without Tick.
that's fair.
Yeah. Because
They're a team, so I mean,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
and I kind of, if you were going to rate all of the clones, to me, the Bad Batch would be one,
Yeah.
and
That's-
and not. and
that's
not
what you-
separate
Yeah.
them.
That's the point you said.
Like, are we gonna, if we're gonna look at clones as clones, are we gonna refer to the Bad Batch as one unit or individuals?
Yeah, I would only separate Omega.
Because she's a woman.
No, because she's not part of the Bad Batch.
Okay.
I don't
She
share
was
his
rescued
sentiments.
by the
guys.
Bad Batch,
Okay.
and then now she is their foundling.
Callback. Connection.
Connecting to the greater
Yeah.
lore.
Yeah. So
It's good. It's good.
yeah. How did the Bad Batch come into fruition? They were an experiment, right?
Were they?
Like
Yeah, I think so.
Like they-
I see them as maybe possibly an experiment that went bad for the Empire.
Yeah, because like
Or-
each one of them has a specific trait.
The- oh,
Like again, Tech is the smart one, Hunter is the tactician, Wrecker is the
He's strong.
Yeah, he's the muscle. Crosshair is the
he shoots.
he's the bullseye.
He's the bullseye.
He's
a sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter.
Uh-huh.
And it would make sense that it would be an experiment too, because you've got all those different traits,
Yeah.
as opposed to the rest of them, which is, soldier.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
soldier splice DNA, enhanced in
Yeah.
all of these and cookie cutter style.
Yeah.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah,
clone making.
Yeah.
And then there's, hey, what if we could make a clone that's like all tech?
Yeah.
And then so they got that guy.
Yeah.
What if we had a sniper
Yeah. Who
clone
never misses.
identified? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so on and so forth. And
I just watched this movie called Rambo. Let's make a clone like him.
And they make Hunter.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to remember if it was like deliberately stated that they were an experiment, or were they just? I think they mentioned that they were clones with desirable mutations. I'm not sure if.
You mean like they happened by accident?
Yeah, or I'm trying to remember if that was the case, if there were accidents, or that it was intentional. They gave them mutations.
I would think that if you're in the business of making clones and you've already perfected, the process of making the soldier clone, as in, from Jango, and you want to expand, that would be the way to do it. So it wouldn't happen accidentally. It would be, hey, let's try this, see what happens, and then, through the process, I'm sure a whole bunch of failed experiments until, they got this one. But then why stop there? Also, why start with let's see if we can make a tech guy? You're gonna have different divisions working on different traits.
Yeah.
And then once you finally, okay, we got one guy, now we got this guy, let's put him on a mission.
Yeah.
See how that works.
Yeah.
Hey, success.
Yeah.
And they work well as a team together.
Yeah.
let's keep on doing that. And so we have that happening, and that was season 7, wasn't it?
Of the Clone Wars.
Of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So
That was the first time we got to see.
Yeah, we got to see him.
the Bad Batch.
And that was at the end of season 7, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So, and they were already successful at that point.
Yeah.
And wasn't that about the time where they were thinking about, shit canning the
Like-
whole program?
Like shifting it to
Shifting to the TKs.
To
the
yeah.
TKs. Yeah.
That was about that,
That was
time,
about
right?
the time. It was very
Yeah.
close to Order 66.
Yeah.
And they didn't get that, did they?
They did.
Get
The chip.
They did. That's why with the whole crosshair thing in the first
inhibitor
episode,
chips, yeah,
inhibitor
they-
chips, they did.
What happened
They
with
did.
the Bad Batch? Why didn't they get the order?
They're just, I think theirs are faulty, or because they're enhanced traits.
because of the enhanced traits.
like
They
It screwed
were
it up, so
yeah,
they
kind-
didn't.
They did have the inhibitor chips, but it wasn't as effective
yeah,
compared
Except
to the
for
regular
Crosshair.
clones.
Yeah, except for Crosshair.
because good soldiers follow orders.
Does Crosshair still have his chip? Didn't he say he removed it?
No, his chip got destroyed after that episode where
The
with the
okay,
when he got hit by the engine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's why he has a scar now.
right.
I'm glad that we're talking about the Bad Batch and we never mentioned Echo because he was never part of the Bad Batch in the first place. Right?
Right. Echo was
He's an ARC trooper, right?
he was an ARC trooper, and
Like a normal. What did they call it? The derivative term of a normal clone?
Regs.
A Regs. He was a Reg.
It was a Reg.
He was a Reg. 501st.
Yeah,
But he doesn't look like the other.
he was adopted by the
Bad Batch.
Bad Batch because he was freaky.
But I
Because
mean,
he-
feature-wise, he doesn't look like
Because he got
regular clones.
in the Clone Wars. He got
Yeah, in the Clone Wars.
their unit got
He got abducted and experimented
Yeah.
on by, was it the Separatists?
I think because he almost died.
He almost died. He was used as a beacon.
Yeah,
was it?
yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
And I think it was in, wasn't he
Because
he was rescued there in
he had
the
a team. He had a team with, I think were they ARC troopers at that time?
I think so.
Yeah, and he was the one. Unfortunate enough, he was the only one who got.
He got captured.
Yeah.
Oh. And then he came back in that Bad Batch episode in Clone
Yeah.
Wars season 7, was it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then he
as
joined
a
them after.
as a what do you call it? Android or as a
Yeah, he was all
like a what do you call General Grievous? Like a
what?
mech or,
I don't know. There's a term for that.
I don't know.
I mean, if there is, it's
Yeah,
escaping me
it's
right
it's that. Comment below. Yeah. So yeah, he was actually a reg. Yeah, and he joined later. Because it was actually mentioned in the Bad Batch,
now. To Echo.
like there are in season 1, I think, if I remember correctly, there was one episode where they were talking about 5 enhanced clones,
Okay.
and then I think in passing they were like, but Echo is not enhanced. So who's the 5th? So the 5th has to be Omega. Like 5 enhanced clones who escaped.
Oh, did they? They said that?
Yeah. Or 4 enhanced clones. Yeah, because Crosshair was already with the Empire at that time. It's probably
Yeah,
Omega.
so it would have to be Omega.
Yeah.
Because she is an enhanced clone.
Yeah.
Oh, that was around the time when people were speculating if
Omega was a clone.
if Omega was Force sensitive.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
That was the time.
Yeah. Like
People
what's
were
the
like-
deal with this girl?
Why? Yeah. Why were because it was that it was that line that set it off.
Yeah.
Because they said 4 enhanced clone, but Echo wasn't
Yeah.
enhanced.
Yeah.
It was just modified.
Yeah. So yeah.
We still that still hasn't been resolved.
Nope.
And
Nope.
Echo's left.
Yeah.
Uh,
And we need to get to that quicker. You know, we have to have less filler
Filler
episodes. Dave.
Dave Filler Filoni.
Yeah.
We see what you're doing.
Yeah. You know, move faster with the
So
pace.
yeah, fortunately we're done with the filler episodes. I think
I hope so.
based on that
Yeah.
leak.
I hope this week's episode is gonna be a crosshair episode. Hopefully.
Yeah, according to the leak,
Yeah.
it should be a crosshair episode.
Yeah.
Let's see. Excited for that. So,
Yeah. So there was these other clones
so
who were like the bad batch. Like
the badder.
no, because the Bad Batch is basically a good enhanced batch of clones.
Okay.
There were these clones that in the Clone Wars were the old clone that
The one that was a janitor.
yeah
What about them?
like there were actually like bad clones
The clones that are
didn't serve a purpose.
So defective
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 clones.
clones.
Yeah.
experiments that didn't.
What about them?
I just wanted to mention them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just a
So by
shout out.
bad you mean like
Like defective.
defective?
Defective.
And not bad like yeah, you bad.
Yeah. So like,
Like
Yeah.
more
undesi-
vicious than the Bad Batch. Not
No,
that kind of bad.
you mean undesirable?
Incompetent.
Undesirable clones.
Incompetent.
Undesirable
Yeah.
clones. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was another reference to that with that one janitor clone
Yeah.
that the other clones bullied.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Why would you do that? But he died.
He did.
Valiantly.
He did. And that really was it. Who was that clone that was close to him? Was it? He was an ARC trooper, wasn't
Yeah.
he? Must have been Rex or Jesse or some kind. Some one of those.
Maybe.
guys.
Speaking of old clones, Obi-Wan,
Yeah.
that one episode,
Oh yeah, the
the homeless.
homeless clone.
He was with the 501st.
Yeah.
What
he was
was?
wearing he was
It was
Yeah,
the,
he was wearing-
he was in the blue.
yeah.
The blue stripes.
Yeah.
So that's
It goes to
Kinda
show
sad, but
yeah,
I
that
mean-
goes to show they were
They-
probably the top clone like top clone battalion, can you say battalion or
The 501st. I think
Legion?
it was canon that they became Vader's fist, right?
Yeah.
So that guy
Yeah.
must have been that guy must have been a deserter.
Probably.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
He didn't. Yeah, he
But
left.
didn't
he
they-
left
Didn't they run after deserters
yes. So he
Yeah.
was hiding there.
by begging?
Oh. Did they run after deserters? Oh, we don't know yet.
Because in the Bad Batch, remember, they in the episode in the first season.
Yeah, they killed those guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So he probably wasn't a deserter.
Well, I mean, he kind of is because. Oh wait a minute.
Because stormtroopers took over during Obi-Wan.
Yeah, so they turned on the clones,
Yeah.
and so this guy probably saw that. And,
He escaped.
but I mean, if you go into hiding, why would you leave your uniform on?
Wear your uniform and ask like credits for veterans. That's what he said, I think.
I can't
I'm
remember
not
what he
quoting it, but it to that effect.
Yeah.
Like
But the 501st was canonically turned to to Vader's fist, right? So
Yeah.
there's information that we don't know yet that they might tackle through the rest of the Bad Batch
maybe.
through the transition
Yeah.
when they full transition to the stormtroopers.
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe there were others that had defective inhibitor chips,
That could be true.
Oh,
and he could be one of them.
he may have left early.
Yeah. Like fuck this.
He might be using that armor for begging points.
Maybe.
Begging points.
Maybe.
But I mean, if he's homeless like that, it's probably all he has
Mm-hmm.
to keep himself warm,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and he's begging, and
It's kind of sad.
yeah, he probably had a cup of coffee and then set it down.
Yeah.
While he's taking a rest, and people are dropping.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I can earn from this.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do this again tomorrow.
fuck the military pension. Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so we talked about most of the notable clones. Did we?
We didn't talk about Cody.
Oh yeah.
Not a lot,
Not a lot about Cody.
because he was just, to me, he was just like, the only one of the other clones that had a speaking role,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And he was
as
one of the,
opposed to the others that were just background actors or
Yeah.
extras.
Yeah.
He had a
Yeah.
speaking role, and
he was one of those captains who got a personalized message from the Emperor. Commander Cody, it is time.
Yeah.
Execute
So
Order
he gets-
66.
he gets introduced. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't remember his escapades in the Clone Wars, the series. I don't remember much.
All I know is he kept his, he customized his armor using Phase 1 and Phase 2.
Oh, he had a melding of Phase 1 and Phase 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you can.
It was one of the few clone commanders with a visor.
Yeah, that was Phase 1.
An antenna thing.
Yeah.
In the left. On the left.
Left ba? Oh yeah, left.
would
The-
that be because of his rank? Would that is that a rank signifier, insignia,
I think the rank would be the
the thing
the Vegeta thing. The
sticking out? I don't
Those
know.
Shoulder pad things.
yeah.
Aren't those ARC Trooper regalia? No,
But he had that
he did.
in with Kenobi and General Kenobi and in Episode 3.
I don't remember. Oh yeah, some of them had I think that signifies rank.
Yeah.
And ARC Troopers also had their special skirts.
Special skirts. Yeah.
They had special skirts.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So there are different types of clone troopers. There are the regular clone troopers, the grunts.
Yeah.
There are ARC troopers. What are ARC troopers?
I forgot the meaning. It's something advanced reconnaissance something.
Yeah.
They're basically special forces.
Special forces.
Among the regulars.
Yeah.
And then there are those special forces.
Like special, like
the commandos, the clone commandos.
clone commandos
with the blue visor.
Yeah.
With the blue glowing visors.
Yeah.
And the Bad Batch is really just an offshoot.
Yeah.
Like one of the
They're like the special.
special forces.
Yeah.
forces.
Because why not?
Yeah. Gotta have those.
Yeah.
Gotta have those. Especially when, like I said, we were talking about clones, and if you want to get into the science of clones,
Yeah.
you develop a team of what we know as the Bad Batch with these special design traits. And so you have to follow that science.
Yep.
I was wondering, while you guys were talking, did we see any clones in Andor?
Yeah,
There were.
we did.
Who did we see?
And nobody is specific.
Okay.
Yeah, but
There were
ar-
clone
the
troopers
armor-
there.
There were.
Yeah.
They had very clean
Yeah.
armor. I remember. It was in the flashback when his dad died.
Okay.
Those were clone troopers.
Yeah. But it was during the transition. Andor's during the transition, right?
Just about. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
about that. Yeah.
That timeline
Yeah.
on that episode, on that flashback
Was with with clone troopers ba?
with clone troopers. But
Yeah.
because I think on the present timeline of Andor, like when season 1 was
Yeah,
set,
yeah.
it was
Stormtroopers na.
actually stormtroopers. Na.
Yeah.
They even had the storm sorry, Imperial Army.
Oh yeah,
They had Imperial Army there.
yeah. So, how are the clone troopers and stormtroopers different?
Oh, we're there now.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, since we've talked about the transition from clone troopers
To stormtroopers.
to stormtroopers.
well, we already explained the origins of the clone troopers.
Yeah.
So
So are stormtroopers clone troopers?
stormtroopers are not clone troopers. Stormtroopers are actually just regular people recruited by the Empire.
So they're conscripted.
Yes.
they're
conscripted.
conscripts.
And they're all human.
Yeah, they're actual humans.
Yeah.
Really?
They're not. I mean, we don't know, but I mean, it seems like every stormtrooper that we've seen that took their helmet off was human.
Okay, so far.
Especially if we
Yeah.
want to get into episode 7.
Are we?
I mean, if we get
Yeah.
into episode 7,
Yeah.
you got what's his face? I don't even.
Finn.
Finn.
Yeah, but he's a first order
First Order trooper.
trooper. Are they stormtroopers?
Aren't they?
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically?
Yeah.
They just have a different label.
Yeah.
They are
Still
functionally
stormtroopers.
Yeah, but they okay. So here's something. So clone troopers are genetically cloned from Jango Fett.
Yep.
Stormtroopers are conscripted by the Empire.
Yes.
So
That's what I know.
yeah, so then the first order stormtroopers, weren't they bred? Weren't they like
Oh, they were.
grown in pods?
Were they?
That would make them a clone, wouldn't it?
They weren't grown in pods.
They weren't?
No, the First Order troopers.
Yeah.
They were. Were they?
Like I think they, as far as I can remember,
No, I don't.
and
think
I don't
so.
remember much about the sequel trilogies.
They were. I think they were kidnapped early.
Yeah, and they
early
were
in their
grown
life.
in pods.
They were grown in pods.
Let's
Yeah,
check.
I'm not.
Let's check that.
I'm not familiar with that.
Do you mean like birthed in pods, or like they grew up in pods?
Grew up in pods.
By pods, you mean like a little capsule thing?
Capsules.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's how I remember.
Maybe there's an inkling there, but
So they're basically another version of
But the clone. I mean,
Are they?
They're
when you
they
talk
wouldn't
about
be clones.
yeah, if you're talking about growing them in pods, to me that's a clone.
Yeah, but they're
You
not.
know?
They don't look the same.
They weren't. From what I remember, they weren't grown in artificially. If that's what you're saying. I remember they were taken from their families early, and raised to be soldiers. Is that it?
Here, yeah. Throughout its time, the program was centered on training human conscripts from early childhood.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they were taken from families and raised as soldiers.
Okay.
So they weren't like the clones that were were the birthed in laboratories and grown in the
Where did I get
tube.
that scene?
So why would they do that though? I mean,
This was the first order happened after.
After the events of Mando.
Yeah. So basically, the Emperor was scrambling.
The Empire was
Yeah.
Empire
but
was
why
pretty
would
much
you
gone.
sabotage the clone playbook, so to speak, to transition to stormtroopers.
Oh, in the first place.
Yeah.
Budget.
Budget.
It was a
Yeah.
budgetary
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, because we talked about this.
We talked about this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think what you said was they needed the budget to build the
They
Death Star.
they channeled the money for the
Okay.
Death Star.
Yeah,
That's how I explained it.
yeah,
But Jerry's like, but Palpatine owns the
Exactly.
galaxy.
yeah. He could just say, okay, just gonna have some slaves.
Yeah. Stop paying everybody
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
No.
they could have done that, Stan.
For the stormtroopers.
develop more
No,
develop more
Develop more
clones
yeah,
to become
slaves.
slaves.
Yeah, they're basically slaves.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not getting money.
And if you can make clones as in the Bad Batch,
Yeah.
you can
Like a specific clone
Yeah.
for like a clone with
janitor, we talked about the janitor
Yeah.
clone. All of those failed experiments that became janitors, they can rivet steel
Yeah.
together
yeah,
to help build the Death Star
Yeah.
or whatever spaceship.
yeah,
I mean, it just and they're clones. They don't know anything about paying,
Exactly.
getting paid.
yep,
They just do their duty. Why?
yep.
That's just a
Duty.
bad move. To go, I mean, humans, they have brains,
Yeah.
very unpredictable.
Yeah, yeah.
There's,
Yeah, see what
you
happened
cannot-
in Andor, in the prison scene.
yeah. You can't ensure loyalty
That's
Yeah, that's
among
true.
humans,
Yeah,
but you can among clones
Yeah.
by
to a
programming.
yeah. But I think the
to a
difference.
certain degree, but it also failed. The programming failed eventually.
Which one?
The clone
The
program.
clone, even the clones with the inhibitor chips over time, they broke free from the programming.
Cody.
Not even just Cody, even the regs,
The Regs.
the regular ones.
Yeah. They were starting to question.
They were
the
starting to
motives
question
of
the-
Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So they
maybe-
probably caught that early on and said, "Okay, there's a defect here."
Yeah.
there's a defect, yeah.
Yeah.
And they probably saw it as a bigger threat
Mm-hmm.
than the conscripts. They really needed I think they didn't need. They realized they didn't need a specialized army.
They just needed mass numbers
They
Yeah.
just needed
to be
Yeah.
visually
imposing.
intimidating.
Yeah.
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 Because if the clones, if they kept up the clone program, and more of them failed, refused to obey, questioned the system, they would have a terribly good force against them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think they're building up to.
I think we're in the Bad Batch.
The Bad Batch. I think they're leading up to that.
They're building up to that.
The
yeah.
Clone Rebellion.
The Clone Rebellion.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll find out
Yeah.
in the Bad Batch.
The Bad Batch. So I think we pretty much covered most of the bases about
Of
clones.
clones.
Yeah. So yeah. Tune in next week. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel, and may the force be with you.
Always.
This is the way.